Thank you very much, and welcome to San Antonio, Texas. Caitlin Clark, all smiles, the nation's leading scorer, ready to lead Iowa against her good friend, the freshman phenom, maybe the player of the year, Paige Bueckers and UConn. Taking a look at the Riverwalk region, the winner of this Sweet 16 matchup will face the winner of Baylor and Michigan in the Elite Eight. As welcome you courtside. Hey everybody, Ryan Rucco along with the Hall of Famer Rebecca Lobo. We are so pumped to be with you this Saturday afternoon here on ABC. Rebecca, the Sweet 16 is always exciting, but it's even more exciting when you have two freshman studs like we have in this game today.
I cannot wait to watch these two teams compete. I cannot wait to watch these two players compete. Getting eyes on them for the first time this season. Caitlin Clark is the most exciting scorer in women's college basketball. 26 points a game. She dances with the ball in her hands, finds teammates when they're open, and has deep range. And for UConn, Paige Bueckers, the pass-first point guard, always finding teammates when they're open, has a knack for hitting the biggest shots in the biggest moments. Today, we get them both on the same court.
These two young women, they fill it up. Points and assists. Incredible numbers throughout the season as they have led their teams to the Sweet 16. For more on Paige and Caitlin, here's our MVP, Holly Rowe.
Well, thank you so much, and welcome, Ryan. Caitlin Clark actually grew up in West Des Moines, Iowa, while Paige Bueckers grew up in Hopkins, Minnesota. Those are about 4 hours apart. So naturally, these two young women were on the same AAU tournaments, on the same courts, but never at the same time. They said neither one can remember playing against each other growing up, but they did become fast friends and have been supportive of each other's careers. They did eventually become teammates with USA Basketball, where they were able to win gold. And they say this is going to be a really cool moment, but they are both insistent that it's not about them, it's about their team. Paige Bueckers told me, I can score 0 points today, but if my team wins, that'll be cool. Caitlin Clark, however, says she just wants to perform well in hopes that they both play their very best basketball.
Well, Holly, the nation is ready to watch these two young women on this primetime stage. And both of them, Caitlin and Paige, have made sure to point out, hey, it is not about us versus each other. This is not a one-on-one game. It's about our team. Almost embarrassed by the attention at times and trying to deflect focus towards their teammates. And Rebecca, there are other matchups to watch here today.
In particular, I'm excited about the matchup inside. Monica Zanano for Iowa, 19 points a game, leads the nation in field goal percentage. Olivia Nelson-Adota, her counterpart on the other side. Keep an eye on that one.
UConn and Iowa, a trip to the Elite Eight is on the line, and this game is underway on ABC. Bueckers right away, misfires badly, but the offensive rebound to UConn and another chance here. Edwards getting the start. Nika Mule still out with an ankle injury for UConn. Dino Auriemma talked about them missing potentially her ability to defend on the perimeter as Williams couldn't finish. Rebound secured underneath by Iowa, but a travel. And Iowa gives it right back as McKenna Warnock is a little banged up afterwards.
Iowa in a man-to-man defensively. Keep an eye on McKenna Warnock. She is the one who has the primary responsibility of defending Paige Bueckers. But Iowa, when it's an under out of bounds, goes into this 2-3 zone for the possession.
Bueckers floats it up top. Williams will fire, no. And the rebound taken in by Iowa. Tomi Taiwo into the game for Iowa as Warnock went to the bench after being shaken up. You see the starting lineups brought to you by Capital One. As it's going to stay right here after the rejection. Edwards showing her athletic prowess.
And that's what Aaliyah Edwards can do. As a big player, she is a very good defender, even against smaller players out on the perimeter.
Oh, and another rejection. This time Westbrook denying the layup. Beckers looking inside. You see the starting lineup brought to you by Capital One for UConn. With Beckers, Williams, Westbrook, Edwards, and Nelson Adota. That's knocked out of bounds. It looked like it last hit Nelson Adota. It did. It's Iowa basketball.
Both these teams need to settle down. There are certainly some nerves flowing through their veins.
Gino Auriemma, after missing the first 2 games of this tournament, his longtime associate head coach Chris Daly did a wonderful job leading UConn. Gino back after he had tested positive for COVID-19 5 days following his second dose of his vaccine. Didn't quite make it to the 14-day mark, said lost his sense of taste, so he hasn't been able to have his normal post-game wine.
He's probably had it, just can't taste it.
Edwards slips in and lays it home.
Immediately, we're seeing the impact from freshman Aaliyah Edwards. On one end of the floor defensively, she gets the steal, giving attention to Clark, the other end scoring.
Clark cross court, catch fire, and hit. Gabby Marshall shot it at 46% from 3 this season.
So important for Marshall and the other guards for Iowa when they have those open looks from 3 to convert.
Westbrook puts it in on a gorgeous delivery from Edwards.
Gabby Marshall only 5'9", giving up the size advantage to Avina Westbrook. Connecticut takes advantage.
Clark, a deep one off the mark. Rebound Beckers. Now you can probably hear fans in the background. About a 2,800 person capacity allowed to have here for these games. As Beckers leaves it short. Edwards puts it back, can't finish. Clark is going to flag it down for Iowa. Offensive rebounding was something that Lisa Bluter, the head coach of Iowa, is very concerned about. And UConn has shown why in the early going, getting many second looks. As Martin misfires, and it's secured by Westbrook. Beckers backdoor. Nice find. Catch, fire. No for Williams. Adota can't put it in. But again, UConn showing their prowess on the offensive glass as Clark tosses it out of bounds.
Aaliyah Edwards has been terrific in this NCAA tournament. On both ends of the floor, you start with the steal. You have to give attention to Caitlin Clark defensively. She does. What happens? You run the other way. Post up strong. Finish inside. What a start for the big freshman for UConn.
Williams kicking it out. Edwards, the spin, and what positioning from Aaliyah Edwards.
There's no answer right now. There's no answer for Aaliyah Edwards. Way to impose herself in her first Sweet 16 game.
A 6-3 lead for UConn. They have a 6-0 edge in the paint. That 3 is good. Peyton Martin knocked it down at a cool 36.5%. That's what the Hawkeyes have. It's not just Clark who can connect from downtown. A lot of shooters on this Iowa team.
They've got their anchor inside. They've got their creator in Clark. And then they have players who can hit from deep.
Beckers looking for help. Finds it in Edwards again. Oh, yeah. Aaliyah Edwards feeling it in the early going.
Aaliyah Edwards is starting because of an injury to Nika Mule. And she is making the most of every minute she's been on the floor in this tournament.
The number 26 recruit in the country in this year's class. The freshman out of Canada. Good positioning inside, but the double came. Another chance here for Sonato. Sonato to the left hand. What persistence from Monica Sonato.
That was the first possession where she got a good touch, and you have to understand she is good. Going right, going left, finishing, leads the nation in field goal percentage.
Getting free, Williams puts it in. I know you love that high-low work when you see a big making a pass like that.
Oh, yeah, and Connecticut's got bigs who can pass, and they've also got the size advantage at the multiple guard spot in this matchup, and they're using it to post their guards up, Brian.
Martin couldn't hit that 3. Clark and Beckers yet to score in this first. A 10-8 UConn lead. UConn 4-3 all-time against Iowa. They last played in 2002 as Martin comes from behind with the rejection. Nice little hesitation, acceleration from Tomi Taiwo. Took it to the other side of the floor. Now will fire off the mark, and Williams the rebound.
It's striking when Iowa has a possession where Caitlin Clark does not touch the basketball.
Nelson Adona rims off. Edwards the offensive rebound. Edwards' activity has just been terrific to start this game, and it's going to be a foul, I believe, against Sonato. A 10-8 early lead for UConn, powered by Aaliyah Edwards. The Sweet 16 of the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship on ABC is brought to you by Capital One. What's in your wallet? With some of the freshmen in the spotlight in the NCAA tournament, the top three in this game, Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, and Aaliyah Edwards. Edwards off to an outstanding start. Caitlin Clark, 35 points in the second round, a school record. Paige Beckers, we know the history of UConn, 24 points in the first round, most ever by a UConn player in a tournament debut. Thus far in this first quarter, Clark and Beckers have started a bit slowly. It's been their teammates who've had to get it done.
Yeah, and not really a surprise. I mean, they are human. This is their first Sweet 16 game. There have been nerves. Both players have missed shots a little more wildly than they typically do. Normally, it's like rimmed in and out, but it takes a little bit of time to settle down.
We're talking to Paige Beckers and Caitlin Clark yesterday. And I love the description Caitlin Clark used about Paige. She said, she's swaggy, I'm more fiery. As Westbrook buries the three, nice breaking of the zone there from UConn.
Yeah, exactly. After the timeout, Iowa in their 2-3 zone. They're very comfortable switching between man and zone. And that's the answer you want to have against the zone.
McKenna Warnock back into the game. For more on her, we check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, guys, she came to the sideline. The athletic trainer has taped up that left ankle. She ran and cut it and worked on it in the tunnel to make sure she could re-enter, and here she's back. It's important because Bluter said she has to play well for us to win today.
Yeah, absolutely, Holly. Nice steal there from Caitlin Clark. 3-on-3. Clark the pull-up. No. Rebound Beckers. Yeah, we asked Coach Bluter if there's someone outside of Sonato and Clark who has to have a big game. Who is it? She said Warnock. So far, though, nice early minutes from Kate Martin.
Warnock also a big rebounder for them, and we saw Connecticut getting some second opportunities on the offensive glass when she was not in the game.
Beckers. Here's Westbrook, a three-point UConn lead. Cross court, Beckers, Westbrook, again from downtown. Avina Westbrook, the transfer from Tennessee, with 8 points already in this burst. That pass a little errant. Taken by Nelson Adona, running the floor. Williams lays it in on a gorgeous dime from Westbrook.
The second Connecticut corrals of defensive board. They are looking to push, go the other way. Players leak out because they're often rewarded like Williams was on the last possession.
A 10-2 UConn run. Clark trying to force the action. Banks it in. The first bucket of the game for the nation's leading scorer, Caitlin Clark.
That's what Iowa needs. They need Caitlin Clark to get hot and stay hot and continue to look for her offense outside.
Little high-low out of bounds. And it's going to be Iowa basketball.
Keep your eye on her eyes. Head up the whole time as soon as she gets the basketball. Transition is beautiful when there's no dribbles required at the other end.
The NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Sweet 16 continues today on TBS and CBS, or stream games on the March Madness Live app from anywhere. For more information on game times and networks, go to ncaa.com. 18-13 UConn lead in this Sweet 16 matchup. Clark being popped by Edwards. Wants the screen. Gets it. Will pull from deep. Off off the mark. Rebound Westbrook. Clark actually feels more comfortable further out than right up against the three-point line. Something she remarked to us, and the numbers bear out as well, as Paige Beckers is on the board in the Sweet 16. Clark, 2-for-1 opportunity. Clark trying to shake Williams. Good D. Marshall hits the three in the corner and executes the 2-for-1. Williams, a quick trigger. No. Beckers the offensive board. Beckers' leaner is good. A 6-point UConn lead. Final seconds of the first quarter. Clark trying to get around Williams. Couldn't lay it in. The follow is good for Warnock. And that'll do it. An exciting first quarter of Sweet 16 action. UConn a 4-point lead after one over Iowa. We'll be back after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Well, if you can't make it to San Antonio, but you want to be there for the Women's Final Four, join the NCAA in its fan cutout program supporting the Kay Yow Cancer Fund, the Pat Summitt Foundation, and the San Antonio Food Bank. For more information on how you can benefit these great causes and get your cutout into the Alamo Dome like Bella, Caitlin Clark's dog, just go to ncaa.com/WFF cutouts. Bella's made it to all of Iowa's games this year.
All of them?
Yeah. It's a well-traveled dog.
Impressive.
Ryan Rucco, Rebecca Lobo, Holly Rowe with you. Appreciate you hanging out with us on ABC. Start of the second quarter. This Sweet 16 matchup between Iowa and UConn. The drive, too strong of a flick there from Martin. And here comes Beckers. Beckers had the final 4 points of the quarter for UConn. Her and Caitlin Clark got off to cold starts as Nelson Adota lays it in. Avina Westbrook, the nice setup.
Yeah, beautifully placed pass so that Nelson Adota just had to catch and finish.
McKenna Warnock shaken up early, back in now for Iowa. That jumper is short from Sonano. And here comes Westbrook, who has had a really nice start to this game. Westbrook putting it on the deck, flipping it up short. Nelson Adota, another offensive rebound. She had 4 boards in the first. Williams nearly lost the handle, got to the reverse side and laid it in.
Connecticut's got 14 points in the paint right now, 16 points in the paint right now. They've been able to get in there from their guards off dribble penetration, off of offensive boards, their digs.
Warnock, a high arcing and beautiful three. That's the player Lisa Bluter told us needs to step up in addition to Clark and Sonano in order for Iowa to win this game.
So Caitlin Clark gets so much defensive attention that Warnock gets the opportunities to have those good looks.
Warnock shot it at 44% from 3 this season. Westbrook, oh, she is feeling it.
She could be the one-woman zone buster so far. Since Iowa's gone to their zone, she's 3 for 3 from the perimeter.
11 points for the Tennessee transfer. Clark being hawked by Griffin. Caitlin Clark, the handles off one leg, short. Rebound. Slowly drifted out to Marshall, and another chance for Iowa. They also have gotten a lot of opportunities on the offensive glass thus far. Good look here for Marshall, off on a 3, and Westbrook pulls it in.
Man, what a great pass that was by Sonano.
Beckers bounces. Griffin denied inside by Sonano. Loose ball taken by Iowa, and a jump ball with UConn owning the possession arrow.
Caitlin Clark gets defensive attention, and Warnock able to drain the 3. Sonano needs to get more involved offensively, but Avina Westbrook 3 of 3 against this Iowa zone.
Avina Westbrook is a great story, transferring from Tennessee to UConn, something that's just not done, but she has fit in very well. They call her Mama E. She cooks for the team. She does everything for these young women, and Gino says she's like the Pied Piper. Wherever she goes, they follow, and she's really showing some big leadership in this game so far.
It kind of makes me feel like we need to start calling Holly Mama H. Westbrook is going to check out. Aaliyah Edwards back in. Edwards got off to a great start in this game as well.
Ryan, Caitlin Clark, 1 of 7 so far from the field. Nothing has been easy. Connecticut has run multiple defenders at her. They have made things very difficult for her so far in this game.
Clark had just 3 games all season where she didn't score at least 20. She had just 1 single-digit scoring game. Nice delivery there. Clark to Sonato. And those 2 women have a great 2-player game.
Oh, man, to be a post player on the floor with Caitlin Clark, that was beautifully delivered.
Deckers airmails the 3, and it's Iowa basketball.
Caitlin Clark has the ability to dance with the basketball, and her vision is extraordinary right there. The second defender comes. That's a hard pass to make, and she made it look so easy.
29-23, UConn lead over Iowa. Clark just 1 of 7. The rest of Iowa has gotten the job done. Deckers has struggled a bit as well. The rest of UConn has gotten the job done. Deckers thought she's come out a bit passive the first 2 games of the NCAA tournament. Gino Auriemma has said, you know, she likes to let the game come to her, but I try and tell Paige sometimes you got to take the game. Sonano, nice little bounce. Amongst the trees, Taiwo trying to find an angle, could not. More good D from Griffin. Williams soars in. And Connecticut getting it done in the paint. 8 points for Kristen Williams. Warnock, catch fire, and another. The rainbow delivery for Morgan Warnock. Every time it seems like UConn is going to pull away, increase the lead, Iowa's had an answer from 3. How about Griffin? Short. Rebound. Clark tried to get it. Nelson Dakota just said, snatched it back. Williams connects. On a 3. Kristen Williams in double figures.
Like we said, coming into this game, it was going to be all about Morgan Warnock, Kristen Williams, and Avina Westbrook.
So many wonderful players on the floor outside of the 2 talented freshmen. As that 3 left short. Williams looking to push. Williams, a little tap dribble to free herself for 2. Timeout, Iowa. UConn with its largest lead of the afternoon.
She's getting it done on the defensive end of the floor. Morgan Warnock offensively, a huge boost for Iowa, and Kristen Williams defensively and here offensively as well.
All right, Maria, well, the Carolyn's point 9 offensive rebounds thus far for UConn. Caitlin Clark has been held in check, but McKenna Warnock has done a nice job thus far. 8 points, 3 of 3 shooting, and holds the first name of McKenna, not Morgan. So Clark getting a breather now. Nice entry feed, and the layup goes for Sonano.
She holds her position so well so that by the time she catches it, she can turn right away and score. Lisa Bluter was telling us, dribbling in the post is a no-no at Iowa. You need to do your work early, catch, finish.
That pass out of bounds, and good D from Iowa, forcing the turnover.
Yeah, this time out of their zone, they were trapping in the corners and gets the ball back as a result. The activity here, as soon as it goes baseline corner, That is a tough spot to get trapped, and Aaliyah Edwards turns it over.
Clark right back in for Iowa.
Just brought her a little extra time around the TV timeout.
They try and give her about a minute of rest a quarter.
She doesn't even want that. She wants to be out on the floor.
Clark, 2 to shoot, has to heave. Short, long rebound, lands in the lap of Gabby Marshall. Guarded by Edwards. Marshall trying to shake Edwards. Could not. Clark being hawked by Williams. Clark, nothing easy right now for Caitlin Clark. The UConn D has been sensational. And look at Griffin getting on the boards for UConn. Williams again. Kristen Williams is feeling it. They will take a look. For now, it's a 2 for Williams.
Ryan, UConn's team defense has been very good, but you cannot give enough credit to Kristen Williams right now and what she's been able to do against Caitlin Clark. She is working, and then she's able to go the other way and score as well.
15 points for Williams. That 3 is good for Marshall.
And once again, the answer from Iowa is outside the three-point line.
They were 3rd in the nation in three-point shooting percentage this season, over 40% as a team. Nelson Adota can't squeeze it in, gets the follow. 10th offensive rebound for UConn and the 4th for Nelson Adota. Make that the 6th for Nelson Adota. Oh, nice find. Sonano to Clark for 2.
Seen it earlier in the game, too, when Sonano would catch the ball, telling her teammates where to go, directing them, cut here, cut there. A very good passer.
Griffin lays it in, and UConn having success here with Paige Beckers on the bench. A 9-point lead for UConn. 2 minutes to go in this first half. McKenna Warnock bending off and gets called for the offensive foul as Aaliyah Edwards continues her outstanding defense.
Aaliyah Edwards is 6'3" and can defend on the perimeter, move her feet. That is a big body, moving her feet quickly to be able to take the charge. You don't have to be still, you just have to be there first. Warnock lowers her shoulder.
Was the Big East 6th Woman of the Year as that one drops in. Kristen Williams is feeling it. 18 points in his first half for the former number 1 overall recruit. Clark guarded by Edwards, trying to get around her, bodies in, and gets the whistle against Aaliyah Edwards. That'll be the first personal on Edwards.
That entire possession, Iowa had the floor overloaded on the left side, so that when Caitlin Clark felt it, she could go right and have the clear out. She got the switch she wanted. The big was on her. She had the open lane.
You know, partner, if it feels like these are the first free throws of the game, it's because they are.
What a great pace this has had.
Incredible. Brent and Ann, the parents of Caitlin Clark, in the building here to watch their daughter in this Sweet 16 matchup as Clark hits both free throws.
And as a player, you have some nerves. But as a parent, I can only imagine what it is like to watch your child in this environment.
Beckers leans in and finishes. Paige Beckers now 6 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds in this opening half.
And a great pass by Montferrat. She saw that backdoor cut coming.
Warnock couldn't get that one to drop. What a gorgeous stroke Warnock has, though. Beautiful ball flight. Oh, Edwards off a nice delivery from Westbrook.
We talked early in the game about Connecticut's size on the perimeter, and they were posting up inside. Well, their size on the perimeter has been disruptive defensively. Their size on the perimeter has allowed them to have vision like the pass we just saw from Evina Westbrook.
Westbrook now has 6 assists to go with her 11 points. She's 4 of 4 from the floor. Got a 5-second difference game in shot clock. Warnock trying to get around Makarat. Clark with 4 to shoot a deep one. Back rim, no. Deckers the board. Will flick it ahead. Williams, one more. No. Rejected by Clark. And that'll do it for the first half. Caitlin Clark stymied by the incredible defense of the UConn Huskies. And for UConn, Kristen Williams at 18. Paige Beckers, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Incredible first half for Kristen Williams, Rebecca.
Especially with the energy she is exerting on the defensive end of the floor against Caitlin Clark. This is even more remarkable. She's shown us what she can do, driving to the basket, draining threes. She has been terrific offensively and defensively for the Huskies.
And we'll send things over now to Holly Rowe.
Kristen, you're given the toughest task to start this game, having to defend Iowa's Caitlin Clark. But how were you able to go from being such a great defender, and you have been great, to also finding your offense in this first half?
It hasn't been easy. My main emphasis coming into this game was just to stay aggressive on both ends of the floor. And I thought I did that today.
How are you so comfortable out there with your shot? It just looks beautiful right now.
Well, it started off a little rough, but I just kept shooting, and they started falling.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
Well, a massive first half for Kristen Williams, 18 points, 8 of 14 from the floor. As we send things to our studio, to Maria Taylor, Carolyn Peck, Coach Andy Landers for the halftime report. Welcome back to the NCAA Women's Championship presented by Capital One in San Antonio, Texas. Top seed UConn, a 49-35 lead over Iowa. As we get ready to start the third quarter, you take a look at the Riverwalk region of the bracket. The winner of this game will face the winner of Baylor and Michigan. As we welcome you again courtside, Ryan Rucco along with the Hall of Famer Rebecca Lobo. Rebecca, we talked about the two talented freshmen, the excitement of this matchup with Paige Beckers and with Caitlin Clark. But it was a different former #1 overall recruit, Kristen Williams, who stole the show in that first half.
Yeah, I mean, she couldn't have done any more, especially in that second quarter. On the offensive end, she was terrific, showing off her skill set. This is a player who can make threes. The lefty stepping out, hitting a couple in that first half, out in transition, shaking and getting to the rim. But was even more impressive to me was the defensive job she did on Caitlin Clark. Nothing was easy for Clark. Williams trying to force her to the right side, knowing Clark likes going left. She put out so much effort defensively and still able to get it done on the other end.
The story of the first half, Clark held to 7 points. Beckers held to 6. You see the three-point shooting. McKenna Warnock did a nice job there for Iowa. And UConn just dominating down low. For more on that story, let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, guys, what really has to change here in the second half for Iowa is they have got to hit the glass. They got out-rebounded in that first half, 26-12, leading to 14 second-chance baskets for UConn, and that is just not typical for an Iowa team. They've got to get much stronger off the glass to have a chance in this game.
Well, that was such a key for Lisa Bluter, the head coach of Iowa. When we talked to her yesterday, she was so concerned about UConn on the offensive glass, and with good reason, as Warnock gets fouled and will go to the line. These are going to be just the third and fourth free throws of the game.
I like those kind of games.
You know who doesn't? The promotions department.
You're right.
Now, we all know our lives have been altered significantly because of the pandemic, Rebecca. But I thought one of the best social distance hang stories we actually heard from Lisa Bluter, who you just saw, the head coach of Iowa. Well, after Iowa punched its ticket to the Sweet 16, her husband, who's here, can't see it. Edwards lays it in, but they met in a Denny's parking lot. He poured champagne in a cup, walked away. She went and picked up the cup, and they stood 20 feet apart from each other in the parking lot, toasting to the Sweet 16.
I love it. The Denny's next to the La Quinta Inn. Just paints the picture even more beautifully.
It does. Sonano hits the jumper.
And that's what needs to happen in the second half here for Iowa. Sonano needs to get more involved, whether it's a jumper like that or inside on the block. I'd also like to see her come out and set some screens to see if she can free Caitlin Clark if Nelson Adota switches.
Nice steal there from Tate Martin, who did a nice job on Ryan Howard in the second round. Clark bodies in, couldn't finish, tumbles to the floor, and Caitlin Clark is fouled on the loose ball.
One of the things Kristen Williams has done so well defensively against Caitlin Clark is not let her go to her sweet spot, which is to the left. She's been forcing her to go right. So even here, Clark was able to get to the right side, didn't finish up at the rim as you see her take the tumble. But that's the nuance for Kristen Williams. Make her go the one way, a little less comfortable with.
Warnock couldn't finish off the nice inbounds play. Becker's down court feed. Pushed out of bounds by Kate Martin, breaking it up like a free safety. Martin, one of the Iowa defenders who is tasked with spending some time on Paige Beckers. Gabby Marshall, another. They collapse on Edwards. Nelson Adota. Williams wide open. Not that time.
Yeah, Iowa in their 1-1-3 zone there. You know they like to trap the baseline.
Clark all the way in, lays it home as she tumbles to the hardwood. Beckers down the other end, leads for Williams. She finds space and finishes. A 20-point afternoon for Kristen Williams. Nice cut from Warnock, extra feed, and now Iowa's offense starting to resemble its usual self.
Wow, really well done. First with the back cut, you draw the help side defender and then make the extra pass.
Edwards trapped again, cross court, Westbrook misses that one. Good box out underneath from Monica Sonano. Martin, Marshall, Clark, Warnock, and Sonano, the 5 for Iowa. Sonano deep inside, able to shove it in off the backboard.
Wow, it was fun to watch the post go to work on that possession. Sonano working hard. She doesn't have to be squared up. She has the finesse around the rim.
You talked about the importance of her getting going, Rebecca. She has here at the start of the third. Edwards, nice cut, and a nice delivery from Nelson Adota.
Great elbow entry area pass, and UConn's bigs will find one another when they're open.
UConn's bigs have just been incredible so far in this Sweet 16 matchup. Clark fired a bullet into Sonano, couldn't finish. Good D from Nelson Adota. Westbrook peeling back. Beckers, the leaner, yeah. Paige Beckers now with 8 points to go with 7 rebounds and 5 assists. Clark, 1 of 6 from 3 in this game. Shoots it at 41% on the season. Nice job by Edwards, read the pass the whole way. Beckers with the left hand gets the whistle and will shoot 2. The NCAA Women's Championship Sweet 16 continues later today, 3 p.m. on ABC. 6-seed Michigan and 2-seed Baylor. And then tonight, 6 p.m. on ESPN2. 4-seed Indiana, 1-seed NC State. And then following that on ESPN2, it's Arizona and Texas A&M, a battle of 2 versus 3. Beckers hits the first free throw. Beckers and Clark, as Holly talked about in the open, very good friends. Clark saying that Paige has more swag. She said, if you watch her, she's got a strut to her.
Only appropriate then that she plays for Gino Auriemma, who also has his own strut.
Clark, a deep one. Oh! Gets that to drop. Second 3 of the game for Caitlin Clark. An 11-point UConn lead. Winner heads to the Elite 8. Beckers will pull up from the mid-range and bury it, and Paige Beckers now with 12 points.
Iowa can score, especially with Caitlin Clark on the team. Iowa can score. The question becomes, can they stop Connecticut from doing the same? UConn shooting 59%.
Beckers, oh, what a delivery to Edwards for the finish. A gorgeous dime from the freshman Beckers. The lead is up to 15 for UConn. Martin kicks it out. That 3 won't go for Taiwo. And that's going to be a travel as UConn turns it over. We'll step aside. UConn a 15-point lead.
The game is in good hands with these 2 freshmen. Caitlin Clark gets one to drop. Paige Beckers does the same. They both like to feed their teammates too. Here to Edwards.
Well, Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers got off to a slow start in this one, but they have picked it up of late. 12 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists for Clark. 12 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists for Beckers. For more on how Clark got to Iowa, let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, Lisa Bluter told us they recruit the all-Iowa attack basketball team a lot, and she was always a young 7th grader playing up against the 9th and 10th graders, but she really credits her associate head coach, Jan Jensen. She said if there was open gym at 6:30, it was an hour and a half away, so Jan would be on the road at 5 a.m. recruiting her. Their whole staff, as she splashes another 3, also went to Bangkok to watch her play for USA basketball, and with a swish like that, you can see why they were willing to do whatever it took to recruit Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, you can't let that fish get away. And Iowa did not. Clark, you saw that incredible release from 3. Sets up Warnock here, who's fouled by Beckers. And McKenna Warnock is going to shoot 3 free throws as Iowa looks to make a little push here at the end of the 3rd.
Stop on one end of the floor, you force a turnover, then you can bring it the other way. And we were talking about earlier, watch out, because Caitlin Clark, when she heats up, can be unguardable. Kristen Williams has done a pretty good job on her, but she can make herself unguardable.
You know what's been so interesting to watch, Rebecca? It's no secret to our audience at this point. So many of the broadcasts we've done this year have not been on site. We've done them from different remote locations, whether in our studios in Bristol or from home, and we are here for the Sweet 16. Our announced crews are here, and the athleticism of the UConn bigs and seeing that courtside, it is incredible. Beckers, a deep 3, off the mark. Oh, and a loose ball foul is going to go against Iowa as they have started to build a little something here in the 3rd, and now UConn's going to get a second chance.
You know what else we experience when we're on site, as you see Connecticut once again getting to the offensive glass where they've been so good, is the bird that just flew over my head.
Wow, how about that?
I don't have that at home usually.
Unless we're in Seattle watching the storm.
Right.
In the corner, the 3 off the mark for Taiwo. Would have cut it to 6. Here is Beckers. Beckers underneath. Dropped by Nelson Adota. Here comes Iowa. Little life here at the 2.
Why it's so important to get turnovers and force the other way. The defense isn't set up. It's not just about the primary defender. There's also not help there. Caitlin Clark recognizes, finds herself at the free throw line again.
Clark up to 15 points. Her family in the building. Won a couple of gold medals with Paige Beckers, as Holly detailed earlier. 2017, the Under-16 FIBA Americas Tournament, and in 2019, the Under-19 FIBA World Cup Tournament. She said after certain games this year, Paige would text her and say, "You got to calm down, bro. Don't do it to him like that." After she'd have a big game.
That's the direct quote.
That is. A 7-0 Iowa run. 8-point game. Sweet 16 action. UConn trying to work the zone of Iowa. Westbrook has been busting it all game and does again.
This time a little differently, though. This time, instead of just stepping into an open three, a couple dribbles and the mid-range pull-up.
Taiwo, 0 for 4 from the floor. Here is Clark. Edwards switched on her to the corner. Nice gather there by Taiwo. That clock is down to 7. Warnock dishes. Sonato couldn't get it to go. Good D again from UConn.
And this is a smaller lineup for UConn. Griffin just came in for Nelson Adota. Now they can switch 1 through 5. That gave Iowa difficulty on the last possession.
Beckers steps inside. Her jumper rims off. Rebound secured by Clark. Had Martin there as well. Here's Clark trying to separate. Lost the handle out of bounds, and Iowa turns it over. The NCAA Women's Championship continues with the Sweet 16 on Sunday. That's tomorrow. 1 p.m. on ABC, Georgia Tech and South Carolina. 3 p.m. on ABC, the #1 overall seed, Stanford facing Missouri State. And then a doubleheader at night. 7 p.m. on ESPN, it's Oregon against Louisville. And then 9 p.m. on ESPN, Texas against the incredible offensive firepower of Maryland.
That Oregon-Louisville game really intrigues me with the way both teams are playing. Interested to see if Oregon can continue to hit their threes, if Dana Evans can break out of that little shooting slump she's in.
11 to shoot here for UConn, leading by 10. 1:38 to go in the third quarter.
I'm always interested when Iowa goes into that 2-3 on those under out of bounds as Williams hits another one. How all 5 players are staring at the inbounder. Most teams don't do that. You've got eye on your player as well.
It's almost unnerving.
A little bit.
How about Kristen Williams? 23 points now so far this afternoon. The lead back to 13 for UConn. And another turnover from Iowa. Sonato still grabbing the back of her head in the backcourt. There's a 5-on-4 here for UConn. Edwards will take advantage with the bucket plus the foul.
The officials will not stop for injury in that situation. That's where one of the Iowa players needed to take the foul before this. You don't want to give up the and one. You want to take the foul and give your teammate an opportunity to be attended to. What is it, Avina Westbrook who got her in the
I think so, yes.
But right away, she just started grabbing it and stayed in the backcourt.
She's going to be looked at by Iowa's training staff. So Iowa, after cutting it back down to 8 moments ago, courtesy of a 7-0 run, UConn has responded.
And this could be a little bit of a danger time right now for Iowa. Zanano is so important to them on both ends of the floor. Can they hold it together? Can they even make a bit of a run until she can get back in the game?
A 7-0 response from UConn. Warnock gets a good look and hits again. McKenna Warnock. with her third three of the afternoon.
Her feet already when she catches the basketball in such a quick release.
Good hands by Warnock, and then a foul as Williams grabbed the deflection.
As soon as the ball went to the corner, you heard the players yelling corner, corner, because they know that's their key to go over and trap that. They've had a lot of success doing that so far in this game.
Sonato still being checked on.
See, they're all staring at the inbounder.
Yeah, you know, Rebecca, you're right. I didn't know what was strange about the previous inbound. It was that.
It was.
Beckers can't finish, and Iowa. Oh, look at this steal. Westbrook snuck in and finished. Ravina Westbrook with 15 points, 6 of 7 from the floor. Shot clock turned off as this third quarter winds to a close. Clark has it deflected. Martin back to Clark. Her three is good. Caitlin Clark buries a three to end the third. She's up to 19 points on the afternoon. It's UConn who leads by 11 after 3.
Caitlin Clark, this is like a layup for her. Rhythm dribble left, step back, splash. Back in San Antonio, where Iowa has 10 minutes to win a race, an 11-point UConn lead, and they're going to need a lot more of this from Caitlin Clark. What a great third quarter, 12 points in that 10-minute stretch. In the first half, she was only 2 for 11, did not miss a three in the third quarter. We've been watching her all season long. Let's see what she can do in these final 10 minutes, Ryan.
Buckle up. The fourth quarter is here. This Sweet 16 matchup between UConn and Iowa. An 11-point UConn lead. Beckers across her body. No, out of bounds off of Edwards. And a good start for Iowa's defense to this fourth.
And that's where it's going to have to start for Iowa here when you're coming back from a deficit. Get the stops, clean up. Don't let UConn get offensive boards and then have efficient possessions on the other end.
Clark, another three, not that time. Sonato back into the game for Iowa after being nicked up at the end of the third. Good D there in transition from Iowa to halt the attempt from Williams. Winner of this game will play the winner of Michigan and Baylor as that pass sails out of bounds from Beckers. And it is going to be Iowa basketball as Gino Auriemma direct traffic with his team. We asked Gino about watching the tournament from home. He said, the nice thing was there was a couple times where I just wanted to walk out of the room, and I was able to.
He said, I can't do that when I'm on the sidelines.
He joked he was going to come back, though, and CD was going to say, oh, no, this is how we do things here. Clark couldn't hit that one. Rebound saved by Nelson Adota. Westbrook, nice delivery inside. And Edwards is up to 18 points.
And her efficiency continues to be off the charts. 9 of 11 so far today.
And in the tournament, Rebecca, she's 22 of 26.
Pretty good.
The math or the numbers?
Both.
Warnock, the touch finish.
Beautiful pass, too, from Martin.
18 points for McKenna Warnock. The sophomore out of Wisconsin. Westbrook short, long rebound taken by Iowa. Here comes Clark. 1-on-3 over Beckers. Clark couldn't quite finish it. Now Williams the other way. Nice hands. Getting into bucket was Gabby Marshall.
The freshman, Aaliyah Edwards, has been so good for Connecticut. Her control, her balance, her patience when she catches inside allows her to finish.
Well, Aaliyah Edwards started playing ball in the 6th grade, and she really credits her mom and her brother. Her mom, Jackie, and her older brother, Jermaine, were her coaches for most of her life. She has come in very fundamentally sound, very skilled, and very mature. She's been one of my favorite freshmen to watch in the country, and I do have my receipts from, like, January tweeting about her, so just so you know.
Nice pass there again. Kate Martin finding Sonano.
And here they come.
9-point game, 7:30 to go, Sweet 16. UConn leading Iowa. Deckers, a three, truth. A big response from the freshman Beckers. Clark finds Warnock. Marshall settles in and knocks it down. What a poised delivery from Gabby Marshall. Iowa 12 of 27 from three-point range, better than 44% this afternoon. Beckers again. Paige Beckers. 12 points in this second half for Beckers. 12 in the second half for Caitlin Clark. It's a 12-point UConn lead. Sonata was working hard with Nelson Adota, and the foul is called against UConn.
We saw some nerves early from the freshman, but in the 4th quarter, Paige Beckers, UConn needs an answer. She has it. And one more time, we've seen it over and over again this season. When UConn needs a play from Beckers, they get it.
And it's going to stay here with Iowa. You know, that was interesting talking to Gino Oriamo. We said, you know, what's the thing that feels most uncanny about Beckers at this stage? He said, how attuned she is to what the team needs at any given moment. He said, usually that's not something a freshman has this early in their collegiate career. Warnock across her body on the finish. McKenna Warnock with 20. Can Iowa get the stops they need with under 6 to go? Beckers thought about it. We'll put it on the deck. The sweeping hook is short. Nelson Adota taps it to Williams. No. Another offensive rebound. Beckers. The rebound this time taken by Iowa on a foul called against UConn after a Herculean effort on the offensive glass from Nelson Adota.
Olivia Nelson Adota with only 4 points, but she has had her fingerprints all over this game, getting to the offensive glass, the defensive boards as well. It's not always about the points you score in terms of helping your team win. She has had a huge impact defensively and on the glass.
Well, guys, this has really been a work in progress for Olivia Nelson-Adota. She's been working on her strength, trying to get strong enough. And, Rebecca, she's already got 10 rebounds in there. I love what you said. Her fingerprints, they are dominating Iowa on the board right now, 38-23, thanks to Olivia Nelson-Adota.
10-point game, 5 minutes, 15 seconds to go in this Sweet 16 matchup. Clark looked like she was fouled by Westbrook. No call. Now a 2-on-1. Williams lays it in on the other end as Clark grabs onto her head following the contact. And I believe a timeout is taken. And Clark upset. It did look like a foul on first glance. Rebecca, we'll see if Clark's okay, but should this have been a foul? Maybe not.
Maybe not.
More good D from UConn. As Clark is going to be looked at for a moment. Iowa obviously needs her back in as soon as possible. She'll get a little jump, perhaps, on the media timeout. And that's going to be a foul against UConn, and it'll take us to a timeout. UConn leading by 12 in this fourth quarter. The Sweet 16 of the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship on ABC is brought to you by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Clark, Paige Beckers, the freshman phenom, have seen plenty of help from their teammates this afternoon. The UConn an 82-70 lead over Iowa. 4:54 to go in the fourth quarter. A trip to the Elite Eight is on the line after maybe some jitters early, some uncharacteristic misses. Clark and Beckers have picked it up in the second half for sure. The NCAA Women's Championship continues. Sweet 16 today and Sunday on ESPN Network's Elite 8, March 29th and 30th. Final four will be Friday, April 2nd at 6 and 9:30 Eastern on ESPN. And then the championship Easter Sunday, April 4th at 6 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Nice play out of the inbound. Marshall had a look, gave it up. Here's Clark. Clark yet to score in the fourth, and that's through the arms of Martin and out of bounds as Iowa turns it over.
We said it at the beginning of the fourth quarter. I'll say it here again. It starts defensively for Iowa. They have to get stops. That's not been their forte this season.
According to her hoop stats, 338th in defensive rating. Essentially last when you look at Division I. Beckers gave it up in the corner. Makarad, why not? Anna Makarad on a three, and it's a 15-point UConn lead. And another Iowa turnover as it slips through the fingers of Martin out of bounds.
Paige Beckers had a good look at the three. Instead, passed it to Makarad in the corner. 29 assists, Ryan.
That is a season high for UConn. Westbrook has 10. Beckers has 8. Both Beckers and Westbrook flirting with triple-doubles. UConn trying to put this away. Under 4 minutes to go now, leading by 15. Beckers, no. Rebound, Westbrook.
That has been so much of the story here this afternoon for UConn. The second opportunities from offensive boards.
Westbrook 2 rebounds away from a triple-double now. Avina Westbrook kicks. Nelson Adota rimming out. Clark trying to pick up the rebound, and it's going to be UConn basketball. Tune in when the puck drops in the last NCAA men's ice hockey regional semifinal tonight at 10 when Minnesota and Omaha face off on ESPNU and the ESPN app. And visit NCAA.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships.
There will be goalies gobbling up shots.
Clark sets herself up. Couldn't finish. Yet to score in the fourth after she had 12 in the third. And Westbrook now 1 rebound away from a triple-double. Shot clock down to 5. UConn happy to run clock here. Beckers, no. Rebound, Sonano, and can Iowa make a final push in this fourth? Marshall looking for Clark. Clark thought about it, didn't take, on the drive, finds Martin in the corner, off on a 3. Rebound secured by Nelson Adota.
Connecticut smartly, again, bringing the ball up, using clock. You see Coach Oriana running interchange, taking time off of the clock right now is what their focus needs to be.
UConn a plus 16 on the glass, as Holly Rose so accurately pointed out throughout the afternoon. Williams weaving. Williams, oh, what a pretty finish. Kristen Williams about to drive you UConn into the Elite Eight. And a timeout taken by Iowa. The Huskies are on the brink. Williams with 27 points on the afternoon, including this pretty bunny. And UConn, a minute and 49 seconds away from making its 15th straight Elite Eight appearance. And we have a triple-double watch right now. Navina Westbrook, Paige Beckers, both flirting with triple-doubles right now. Beckers, 1 rebound, 2 assists away. Westbrook, just 1 rebound. Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis, the only player in UConn history who has had a triple-double in the NCAA tournament. Westbrook's 10 assists, by the way, 1 shy of UConn's single-game tournament record. 11 from Sue Bird back in 2002 as Iowa turns it over. And UConn firmly in control. Westbrook has it taken away off the deflection. Clark finds Warnock. He gets blocked by Westbrook. Taken by Williams. 1:15 to go. And the defense from UConn, especially its switchability, has been such a factor today.
Connecticut was not a great defensive team early in this season. It's one of the areas where they have drastically improved, and one of the people who's helped them do it is Aaliyah Edwards, the freshman.
Beckers out to Westbrook. Shot clock at 3. Westbrook's jumper. You bet. Avina Westbrook putting the finishing touches on a gem of an afternoon. Clark, the spin, and that is the first bucket of the 4th quarter for the nation's leading scorer, the freshman Caitlin Clark. And Rebecca, I certainly hope this is not the last time we see Paige Beckers and Caitlin Clark go up against each other in college.
Oh, these two teams certainly need to get a series in the books.
And put it on ESPN, will you?
That's right.
Macaron hits the 3. Iowa will take a timeout, and UConn is ready to punch their ticket to the Elite Eight. A 20-point UConn lead with 18.8 to go in the 4th.
All smiles from the UConn bench after Anna Macaron hits the 3 from the outside. We've seen that a couple times now. 2 for 2 on the day.
A 30-assist game for UConn. Paige Beckers, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, and fired up with her head coach after that 3.
He knew exactly who it was. You got who hit him from behind.
I'm not sure even Taurasi got away with that as a freshman. An incredible season for Iowa, and just the start of something with so many underclassmen as Beckers takes the charge, helped up by Clark. They exchange a smile and a pat. This round will go to Beckers, but we certainly hope to see much more of it over the next 3 years for 2 women who are primed to be top picks in the WNBA. The crowd will rise to its feet. And that will do it. The UConn Huskies are headed to a 15th straight Elite Eight. They take down Iowa 92-72 the final. We talked to Kristen Williams about playing at UConn, how you feel that weight, what it means. She said it's an honor. The standard is a different level. As you see Gino Auriemma and Caitlin Clark exchanging some words after the performance. The legendary coach and the legend in the making. Gino told us he was hoping both Paige and Caitlin played great today, knowing it was so wonderful for the growth of this sport. Clark had a big third quarter. The defense from UConn was stifling at times, but 21 points for Clark in the loss. As we take a look at our Capital One rewarding performance, Kristen Williams, just incredible today, Rebecca.
27 points on 12 of 23. But it wasn't just what she did on the offensive end of the floor. She was a big part of the reason that Caitlin Clark had a slow start on the other end. And when she got open looks, she drained them. When she had lanes inside, she found them. Kristen Williams, the junior, stepped up in a big way in this Sweet 16 game.
And Holly Rose standing by with Kristen.
Kristen Williams, you were so terrific tonight. A new career high for you, while also having one of the toughest defensive assignments of the night. How were you able to do both and be so offensive and defensive minded?
You know, I thought we played a great team basketball game today. You know, I think we were working on all cylinders today. So I don't want to, you know, get all the credit because this was a total team effort.
It's such a great point. Your team had a high of assists today. You were sharing the basketball. Tell us how much it was out there that you were really getting the ball to each other.
Yeah, we were just staying aggressive the entire game, whether that was on defense or offense. We were just trying to drive the lane, and if we saw somebody open, we got it to them, and we were knocking them down today. So we were really happy about that.
We were on triple-double watch all night because your buddy right here, Avina Westbrook, was about to get a triple-double. Avina, you were so great out there today. How were you thinking about through this game? I'm going to get my shots when I have that opportunity.
I kind of knew that they were going to be extra aggressive, especially on C and Paige. So, you know, that kind of makes it easier on the rest of us, you know, with them being a big focus. I know I just had to come out, be aggressive, and knock down shots when we needed it. But like C said, it was a total team effort today. So it just feels good to, you know, move on in advance.
And I know we're guilty of hyping up the matchup with Clark and Paige, but how much were the rest of you like trying to say, no, this is our team here today?
Yeah, especially Paige too. She made it, you know, we had a team talk, and, you know, we play like that every game, you know, no matter if it's, you know, whoever we're playing, South Carolina, Baylor, whatever it may be. It's all of us. It's a team effort at the end of the day, and today we got it done.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Just a terrific game from both of you, Avina Westbrook and Kristen Williams. Such a blast to watch you play today.
Thank you, guys.
Well, Westbrook finishes one rebound shy of a triple-double. Williams with 27 points. We take a look at the Riverwalk region. UConn in the Elite Eight for a 15th straight year. They will face the winner of Baylor and Michigan, which is up next on ABC. Final score, UConn 92, Iowa 72. For our producer, Kerry Callahan, our director, Jimmy Platt, Holly Rowe, the Hall of Famer, Rebecca Lobo, and our entire crew. I'm Ryan Rucco. Thanks so much for hanging out with us for this outstanding matchup between UConn and Iowa. Still so much basketball to come on the ESPN family of networks today. We send things back to the studio now for Maria Taylor.